Hey, what's up? I'm your host, G.I. Jada, and this is Successful Saturdays, where we highlight the endless ways and opportunities that you can find your success. We're interviewing small business owners such as chefs, personal trainers, and real estate agents who are all on different paths of success. Tune in to Successful Saturdays every Saturday at 12 p.m. on the Boss Up Houston Network, where we help you find your success. Hey, what's up? It's me, G.I. Jada. You're now tuned in to the Boss Up Houston Network on this lovely, successful Saturday. I missed you guys so much. I hope you had a great week. We got a lot to catch up on since we last talked. I'm just going to go ahead, though, and get started with the verse of the day. And today's verse of the day comes from Proverbs 17, verse 28 says, "Even fools are thought wise if they keep silent, and discerning if they hold their tongues." So just think about that. I'll read it again. Even fools are thought wise if they keep silent, and discerning if they hold their tongues. I like that one. I always love a good Proverbs verse. And what I'll do tomorrow is I'll go read like the full chapter that this verse came from. So if you want to follow along, read that with me. Let me know. We can connect and be friends on the Bible verse. Like I told you guys, every Wednesday I host the Revived Soul Sisters Wednesday devotional. So, and we are all friends on there. And on the Bible app, we follow plans and we can discuss them. We can type our comments and whatnot. So if you have any comments about that verse, feel free to leave it in the chat. And also today's topic, we are empowering women. We are women empowering women, okay? Women empowerment, I will say, has been a huge part of my show, just naturally, if that makes sense. Like a lot of people that have been on my show thus far have been women. I have a lot of women friends. And guys, we're going to give you y'all's time. I give the guys a chance too. But I just know a lot of boss women doing a lot of great things. So I said, why not highlight that this week? And today, successful business that I want to highlight is actually a woman-owned business. It's a Black-owned business, a family business here in the Houston area. And it's actually my family, my Houston family here, if you will. And the president, I got a chance to sit down and talk with her and interview her in regards to, her experience being a business owner and her experience in this particular industry. So I would love for you all to learn more about that. So yeah, we can go ahead and watch that right now, and I hope you guys learn a lot of great stuff.
Hi, my name is Andrea Young, and I am a native Houstonian, born and raised right here in Houston, Texas. I'm also the owner and founder of Competitive Choice. I graduated from an HISD school. I also graduated from University of Houston as well. First of all, Jada, thank you for having me.
Yes, thank you for joining me.
Of course. Competitive Choice, we are wholesale distributors, and we offer a diverse product offering of specialty chemicals, MRO supplies, construction supplies, like medical and surgical supplies as well.
What motivated you, or who inspired you to start your own business?
Well, that's quite a story, and it's quite a long story, but I'll keep it short.
Okay.
I started the company back in 2003 after working for a chemical company that filed bankruptcy. And at that time, I didn't know what I was going to do. I was like, oh my gosh. And after conversing with my customers, they encouraged me to start my own company. And actually, it was another woman of a manufacturing company here in Houston that helped me and also helped me select the various chemicals, taught me about the business, and here I am almost 20 years later, thanks to her.
And, you know, that's very interesting because I never knew that part about it being a woman.
Yeah.
That encouraged you for the most part.
Yeah.
And that's what we're here talking about today, women empowerment.
Yeah.
So tell us a little bit about your experience being a woman, especially a Black woman, in business and in this particular industry.
I want to give kudos to the woman that helped me. She actually was not a Black female.
Oh.
Yeah, she was a white female. She was an older woman, very established, and she saw something in me and encouraged me. And also, to this day, we're still in touch. She also helped us during COVID. Because of her, we were able to supply TSA all 450 airports. So we're still friends to this day. So I give her kudos. So again, as I stated earlier, I've been in business for almost 20 years, and there was not a lot of me around, and actually it's still not, okay? Being in this business is a predominant male industry because I deal with a lot of facility maintenance, construction workers. We may call it the good old boy system. 99% of my customers are actually male. And it's quite an experience, but it works for me because I grew up with all boys, and hence I'm married to a Marine, so I know my way around, you know, men in general. But I just feel like as a woman, it's the way we carry ourselves dictates the way your customers and also men in general will treat you. So after 20-something years in the industry, I've actually never had a bad experience about men being totally disrespectful. And I give that credit to the way I carry myself. Knowing what I know, I believe as a woman, we really need to know our industry, our product, and not just rely on your looks or your body. And I think that is what has allowed me to be sustainable because of the knowledge that I carry here.
What empowering advice do you have for women in business, no matter the industry?
Yeah. Well, as I stated earlier, that's definitely number one. That would be the advice I give you, is to carry ourselves and know what you know. Be able to present and articulate, you know, whatever it is that you're doing, especially when you're around men, no matter who you're around, just being able to articulate and feel, because it would allow you to feel more confident. The second thing, obviously, is the way we carry ourselves as far as the way we dress. It really does make a difference. I would say the advice that I would give women is to not be intimidated and not let the voices get in your head. Even though I'm saying that, they will come, but it's what you respond to. So I always tell people, you know without a doubt those voices will come, but make sure you stop and don't respond to it or start encouraging yourself. So that's probably the best advice I can give. Encourage yourself.
Yes, thank you.
You're welcome.
You always give the best advice. I've taken plenty of advices from you. How do you define success?
That's a good question. As I've gotten older, success to me is peace. And I say that because we work so hard to obtain things in life, you know, the homes, the cars, taking the nice vacations, and of course the massages, and, you know, facials and things like that. But the one thing that we neglect is peace. And the world cannot give us peace. We have to create our space. We have to create our environment. When it's all said and done, it's nothing like having peace, where you could just come in your home and exhale. So that's what success looks like for me, when you can slow down and just give thanks and be at peace with what you've accomplished. Because a lot of times we go through life and you don't even realize how successful you are because you never got a chance to just stop and smell the roses. So yeah, that would be what success looks like for me. Just peaceful and being aware of where I am.
We love to see it, guys. Thank you so much. That's all I have for you. I definitely want to thank you for taking this time. I know you're a very busy woman, and I definitely appreciate it. And I always, you know, look forward to hearing you drop those gems.
Well, thank you for having me. Anytime, Jada. Yeah, anytime.
So that was amazing, wise words from a young boss herself, Miss Andrea Young of Competitive Choice, Inc. And I just want to give another shout out to her again for sitting down with me and doing that interview, because she is a very busy woman, very humble woman as well. She didn't even really speak on a lot of the things that she really does outside of owning the business, running the business, and expanding the business as well. And just my personal experience, little backstory for those of you who don't know, I worked at Competitive Choice for roughly 3, maybe 4 years. And I learned a lot from Andrea. I consider her to be one of my mentors in business. And she really always inspired me, really always encouraged me to pursue the things that I wanted to do. And she always put an emphasis on having knowledge and whatever it is that you want to do, especially as a woman, like she said, you have to know what you're talking about. Yes, it's good to look a certain way, to be pretty, to dress the part, and all of those things, but it really just comes down to the knowledge and how much you know about your business, and constantly trying to learn, pursuing educations as well. She's very big on education. So, and I just really appreciate her for giving me the opportunity to work for the company, to grow in the company, and to try different things as well. Won't get into it too much, but I did a lot of things within the company until I finally figured out what it was that I really wanted to do. So I'm just very appreciative for that opportunity. And if you know anyone who could use those services, please hit us up about Competitive Choice. And we're going to go into a quick commercial break. Don't go anywhere though, you guys. Come right back, and we're going to continue the women empowerment.
What are you doing here? Red Table Talk, the Estefans. Time to take the table to a whole new place.
It's coming to Miami.
3 different women, 3 different generations. We're loud, we're proud. Let's go.
We're talking about relationships, love, sexuality.
Oh my gosh. We all know that you are fuerte. Yes, I'm a tough woman, but I'm very vulnerable.
Like muchas Latinas.
In order to move forward, you have to go to those places.
I like boys. I like girls. I like both.
Honesty will set you free.
We are putting all of that on the table.
Red Table Talk, the Estefans.
Be a part of the conversation. Only on Facebook Watch.
Oh my God! I just got through watching a great show on Boss Up Houston Network. Have you heard? They're bossing up, okay? And I heard they're looking for you. Any podcasters, talk show hosts, if you're a writer or producer, we definitely need you. Come aboard and boss up.
Are you a small business owner that is struggling to promote your company?
Our topic today is, what's your status?
Shoot the dice at this point.
You just shoot the dice. Roll the dice.
So,
Yes.
Hey, how y'all doing? It's attorneys. Victoria Blanco.
I love it.
Imagine being televised on a national platform. How about being a host or sponsor on a syndicated podcast? Or being featured on exclusive promotions and interview for your product to your ideal customer? Hi, I'm Kayla Sneed, and I'm head of sales with Boss Up Houston. And here at Boss Up, we like to help small business owners and entrepreneurs advertise, promote, or become a sponsor for one of our television, podcast, or radio shows. All you have to do is click the link down below to see if you qualify. I'll be seeing you soon.
This is Boss Up Houston, where we look up, stay up, and boss up.
Thank you, everyone who is still tuned in, who's going to tune in later, who's liking, commenting, sharing. I appreciate everything. And so we just got done highlighting our successful business. Once again, shout out to Competitive Choice Inc. And now I want to talk about successful people, and particularly a woman, a successful woman in the realm, in the field that I, am moving towards, Miss Ebony K. Williams. She is a former Fox News co-host. She's also hosted on Fox Sports, and she was a CBS News correspondent. So I just recently learned about her and started following her, learning about her, and watching some of her things. Currently, she hosts Revolt TV, which those of you who don't know is owned by P. Diddy. He started the Revolt TV network. So she's a co-host on the show called The State of the Culture, and they talk about things going on in music, entertainment, politics, all relevant topics, things that are trending. So I've just recently gotten into watching that show. Shout out to them. She's a co-host on there, along with Joe Budden, Remy Ma, and some others. I think I'm missing someone. But she's a huge activist for women's professional development, and she's a best-selling author. So she has a book. I just recently started reading it. It's called Pretty Powerful. It's about appearance, substance, and success. So that right there just stood out to me because I see the word success and I'm like, yes, I need to read this book. So I've been reading it. It encourages and empowers women to develop and flaunt their strengths. And I feel like a lot of us can constantly use a voice of reassurance and encouragement in our heads. Same thing that Andrea said when I interviewed with her is you have to encourage yourself and you have to constantly feed yourself knowledge, self-help, like self-help books, self-development books. Those are all things. So this is a book that I just recently started reading, and I actually have a little excerpt from it that I want to read from the preface called Every Woman. This book is a tribute to every woman. It is for women who they know are exceptional and who desire to be successful and who strive towards greatness in all the opportunities life presents to them. This book is for those who understand that womanhood is a strength that, when fully embraced, is unstoppable. This book is for and about the pretty powerful. So just, you guys have to read it. She talks on all things, even about appearance she talks about, which was funny because it's another thing that Andrea had mentioned too, as well as how you carry yourself, so she teaches women how to carry themselves in the business, in I'm not going to say corporate America, but it can apply to any, whatever you do, whatever field you're in as a woman. Just that is the main thing. And she said she struggled with that as well, her appearance versus her actual, what was up here and her business. And she goes on to say that over time, I've learned there are many tools needed to create the narrative around who I am and what I can offer the world. Learning early and knowing the critical importance of ensuring my substantive competency, and I often struggle to reconcile the aspect of myself with the part of me that is also very concerned with appearance. So it's just something that us as women, we struggle with anyway, but I want all of you to know, watching this, you're so beautiful. Okay, don't let anyone tell you any different. And just also going back into like Ebony's early life, or Miss Williams' early life, she was raised by a single mother, and she goes on later in life to receive her Bachelor's of Art degree in Communications and African American Studies at the University of North Carolina at Chapel Hill. Then she earned her doctor in law from Loyola University, New Orleans College of Law. So she has a political background, a background in law, a background in arts, and clearly a background in communication. So she is just overall this powerful, well-rounded woman who her main goal, her main objective is to empower other women to do the same. So that is a huge part as well, I feel like, of Successful Saturdays. Yes, I want to give everyone a platform, more specifically my women, and I want them to see that you can do anything that you put your mind to, anything that it is that you want to do, you can do it with the proper education, the proper, the people you know as well, the proper network, and the proper yourself, developing yourself, always being your biggest fan, your biggest critic as well, but mostly being that positive, that reassurance in your life. When we don't get that from the world, sometimes we can get beaten down by the world. And just as women, we have a lot of, I feel like, expectations that are set on us compared to the men. No, we hold our men to high regards as well, but sometimes we can just feel so much pressure to be a certain way, to talk a certain way, to dress a certain way. And I'm not saying that you can't express yourself. I'm not saying, that you can't choose how you want to dress. But keep in mind, when you look at others, people who are in places that you want to be, the women around me, the women that I look up to, such as Andrea, they all say the same thing. It's about how you carry yourself and your appearance. Now, if you can do both, kudos to you, because of course we want to look beautiful. We want to express ourselves in our own ways. So that is important too. I definitely don't want to take that away. And I feel like that's something that I struggle with, because it's like, I want to empower my women to do whatever they want to do, to wear whatever they want to wear. Yes, like I'm all for that, but in certain settings and certain things that I also had to learn this myself, you do have to carry yourself a certain way, look the part. So that's just that. But it's a constant battle for me, because I'm definitely like free spirit, don't really care what anyone thinks. I know for me, I'm always like, well, why? Well, why do I have to do this? And why do I have to do that? Like, why can't I just do whatever I want to do? Which you can, but just know that your actions, they come with a consequence for sure. So I think I've touched on everything about Miss Ebony that I wanted to touch on. And like I said, I just recently learned about her, so I still have some of my research to do, but I love everything that she stands for, and her reasoning for doing what it is that she wants to do. So with that being said, we're going to go ahead and take another commercial break, and we'll be right back, so don't go too far.
Stay up. Where we look up, stay up.
Our new house is amazing. Great street, huge yard.
There is a bit of an issue with our neighbor's fencing. At least Geico makes bundling our home and car insurance easy.
Which helps us save even more.
Hey, Sarah. Hey, Peter.
Touche. What?
For bundling made easy, go to geico.com.
If you like this video, please share it.
And hit the subscribe button to watch more great Geico videos if you... Hey, guys, can you please watch the begonias? Just planted those.
Sorry.
Meridate is for committed couples that are either engaged or married and would like to keep the dating in their marriage, fight for the family, and lower the divorce rate one couple at a time. We plan 30 to 50 events a month that include workshops, seminars, webinars, experts, and events all around town. This is for couples that want to develop friendships with other like-minded couples that take their marriage and vows seriously. We will also be offering premarital help so that you will not be a statistic. Would you and your partner like to take international vacations together with other couples and at group rates? When you are home, you will learn your city as you go to each new event. Your membership includes all of our locations. We take the guesswork out of creating, having, and keeping a strong marriage. Contact us today.
Stay up. Also, where we look up, stay up.
Thanks for sticking it out with me thus far. Hope you are enjoying those commercials. We have some really great promo. So if you need that, don't shy away from hitting us up on the email. We'll leave it in the chat. So yeah, if you want to run promo, run your own commercials, let me know. We will do that here on Successful Saturdays. So next, I want to leave y'all with some successful entertainment. And this week's talent that I will be highlighting is my really good friend, Chloe. Y'all have heard me talk about her before. She's been a big part of Successful Saturdays. From the very first interview that I did with her when she had a new single out, she performed it live. You can actually go rewatch that on my Instagram, on my IGTV. And she goes by Lady Free Vibe as well. She's the CEO of Free Vibe ENT. So shout out to her because I think I said this before, I'm losing my words, I'm losing my train of thoughts, but long story short, she's been a huge part of Successful Saturdays. She has encouraged me. She has also returned the favor of giving me opportunities to do things. I talked about it last week. The first real hosting outside of my own show that I did was for her meet and greet, and she also was a sponsor in the Successful giveaway. So Free Vibe ENT, Successful Saturdays, we locked in. You're going to see a lot of her, but she just recently dropped a brand new album called 24, and it is so good. You guys have to check it out. I would say pretty much everyone's favorite song on there, it's called Love Crime, and that's what she's going to be performing today. And I just love Chloe's voice, her soulfulness, and the fact that she just really tells a story through her music. You know, like I said, we all go through things, and she puts that pain into her music, and it's beautiful. And her voice is just so beautiful. So I'm excited for you all to listen to this. But before we go into that, I just want to thank you, Chloe, if you're watching this, for always believing in me. She just last week did an interview with Miss Tona Brown, who is a vocal instructor and actually her vocal instructor as well. And she said very great things about me that I was not even expecting her to say. I just tuned in, to support. But like I said, we've just been a huge part of each other's growth lately and just rooting for each other and wanting everybody to win. So without further ado, you guys can check out this live performance called Love Crime by Chloe, aka Lady Free Vibe.
Distinctive fashion, the way you move, the way you do. I showed you things that you never dreamed of. I showed you visions of what's to come. It's a love crime that you're not mine. It's a love crime that you're not mine. I can see you clear as day. I can feel you, spikes through my veins. I can feel you in my midst. I can feel you even when I'm pissed. Oh, it's a love crime that you're not mine. It's a love crime you're not mine. What you think this is, what you think this was, I should slap your ass, kick right through your door. Got me thinking twice, should I roll the dice, let you back in, don't wanna be fooled twice. But maybe I miss you, maybe I shouldn't diss you. Maybe I should be through. No, I don't know what to do. It's a love crime that you're not mine. It's a love crime you're not mine. Mine.
Yes, that's my girl. Sister can sing, okay? She has such a beautiful voice. So, and I always, highlight she's a musician, but she's also into fashion. She's done creative directive of photography, and she has an apparel line as well for Free Vibe ENT. And I know that one of Chloe's goals is to sign her own artists to the label. So just if you want to learn more about Miss Chloe Campbell, you can go to freevibient.com. And just in her words, she says that it is my journey to freedom, unlocking the gifts God gave me, living in my full abilities and depending on His grace, always giving Him glory. I use the wisdom and the power He gave me to live free. Beautiful words. I love that. I love Chloe. You guys will be seeing more of her here on Successful Saturdays. And we're going to go for a quick break one last time. Then we're going to close this thing out. So don't go anywhere. We'll be right back.
I'm the king of rock. King of rock. I won't stop rocking till I retire.
We're gonna be kings, T.
Boss up, Yusha, you know why? Right here.
So I have some of my favorite quotes about women empowerment that I want to go through, just a few, and let's talk about them and how I can relate to them. If you want to share your opinion, feel free. The chat is open. But one quote by Estee Lauder actually says, "I never dreamed about success. I worked for it." And I like this quote because it reminds me that I have to work for the things that I want. Not that I don't already know that, but sometimes I can get caught up in dreaming. Like, I'm a huge daydreamer. I'm a huge just constantly thinking about the future and the things that I want. And this quote kind of just, puts me in check to say, says you can't just dream about things, you have to work for them, you have to do them. Although I do believe for myself to be a doer as well. Sometimes when things get hard, I'm having self-doubt, the things that I want sometimes don't always seem attainable. They always seem like that's all they're ever going to be. It's just a dream. But I'm here to say, to encourage those who may have the same issues, that you can have anything you not only put your mind to. If you can see it, if you can vision it, then it's already yours. You have to put in that work, and you have to have that faith as well, and trust God with his plan for you, and trust yourself with your plan, and be confident that this is my plan. These are the steps that I'm going to take to make it happen, and you have to make that happen. Another quote by Melinda Gates says, "A woman with a voice, by definition, is a strong woman." And I definitely agree with that. I'm all for women having a voice. And if you feel like you don't have a voice, definitely reach out to me, because Successful Saturdays is here to give you that voice, okay? And I just want to encourage you to be strong. And I know we can sometimes, as women, feel so small in this world, and we have our weak moments, but those are just moments, and it's very temporary. You have to remember that you are a strong woman, period. Like, you have to say it out loud, say it in your head, write it down somewhere. I am a strong woman, somewhere where you can see it, because you're going to have weak moments, maybe throughout the day, maybe once a week, however frequent they occur. But it's just stopping that at the forefront, stopping that little voice in your head that's telling you that, and put a stronger voice in your head, and to say that, no, I am strong. I am a strong woman. So if you're a woman and you're watching this right now, let's say it together, actually, 3. 1, 2, 3. I am a strong woman. And that's another thing I've been into a lot lately, my affirmations. It's something that I read in Ebony's book, that she says every morning she does a gratitude journal. So she writes down the things that she is grateful for every morning, and does an affirmation at least once a day. Like, for sure, every morning she's going to get up, do her affirmations, and do her gratitude journal. Now, you can do it much more if you have more time, or if you have a moment where you got to say some more affirmations, that's okay too. So you can add that one to the list. I am a strong woman. And another quote that I really like by Sheryl Sandberg reads, "We need women at all levels, including at the top, to change the dynamic, to reshape the conversation, to make sure women's voices are heard and heeded, not overlooked and ignored." And that's very, very important as well. One thing that really stuck out to me in my interview with Andrea of Competitive Choice was that she works predominantly in a male business. Like, majority of her clients are male, majority of her competitives are male or men. That's the army in me, male, female. So that's the same for just a lot of businesses and a lot of industries as well. A lot of powerful men. You always hear about the powerful men, and we want women at the top. We want our women at those same levels. So like it says, the dynamic can change, and to reshape the conversation, and so that when we voice our opinions, that they actually get taken into consideration, and we see a change behind it. Not that, oh, women, we're just so sensitive, and we're just so that a woman could never be the president. Even that, we're changing the narrative. You see, we have a woman vice president now, and that's a huge step. I definitely firmly believe that our next president will be a woman. I would hope before my lifetime ends that I see a woman in that position, because I'm not even going to say what I want to say. Or do we want to really get into it and talk about it? The men can be just as sensitive as women and make irrational decisions, make decisions based off of their emotions and not logically, rationally thinking. So I'm happy that we have a woman vice president now to balance that out. The next quote is by Ms. Coco Chanel. We all love her. A girl should be two things: who and what she wants. And this quote really sticks out to me because, like I mentioned earlier, sometimes it's a constant battle within myself of, who I want to be, what I want to be. And I think that goes back to the conversation of, carrying yourself a certain way. Not to say that you have to fit into this box. You should still be able to be who you want to be and do what you want to do, and to find the balance between the two. Another quote from Coco Chanel, she said, "The most courageous act is still to think for yourself aloud." So, and I've spoke on that before too, right? So yes, in any business, any field that you're in, you want to constantly learn and look for advice, be teachable. I think that's what I put emphasis on. Just be teachable, always be willing to learn. But the most courageous thing as well that you have to remember is to think for yourself. And I think that's very, very important, because no one is going to care more about your goals and your aspirations than you are. So you have to still think for yourself, and because you want your business to be authentic, right? You want to be you. So never lose sight of that. Never feel like you have to do what the next person is doing, whether that you have a talk show like myself. A lot of people have a talk show, but I don't have to compare myself to any other talk show on the network. We're all very great at what we do, and we all have a different lane, different niche, and a different way of doing things. So never feel pressured that because someone else is doing the exact same thing of you, but they're doing it differently, that you have to do it that way as well. You know what I'm saying? Because you don't. You definitely want to think for yourself, just in general, period. Even like that's something I'm going to instill in anybody that I come across, my kids. Just at the end of the day, think for yourself. Don't be a follower. Be a leader. And the last quote that I want to talk about, that's also by Estee Lauder, it says, "No one ever became a success without taking chances. One must be able to recognize the moment and seize it without delay." So no one ever became a success without taking chances. That's like the last point I want to touch on to my women. Take those chances. You never know. Ask those questions. Ask for what you want. The worst thing someone can tell you is no. And you will get told no. You probably get told no a million times. And this is a big thing that I learned when I worked for Competitive Choice. I did sales, and it could take 20 no's before you get a yes. But that one yes could be a big yes. That one yes could change the game. Nothing else matters. Those no's don't even matter anymore once you get that yes. So take those chances, and then recognize the moment to take those chances. And that is a huge thing for me that I'm learning and that I've gotten better at, is because I was scared maybe to talk to someone or just to put myself out there, that I probably missed out on moments and opportunities that could have been really game changing for me, but at the end of the day, it is what it is. Take it with a grain of salt. You never really know. It could have also been like God trying to protecting me from getting into something I have no business being in. You know what I'm saying? So just recognizing it and seizing the moment while it's there. Don't let an opportunity pass you up. Don't be scared to fail. And just keep going. So I hope everyone continues to have a great, successful Saturday. I look forward to speaking with you all again next week. If you want to be highlighted on any segment of my show, I have successful businesses I'll be highlighting, successful people, as well as the successful entertainment. Please reach out to the Boss Up Houston email. Oh, I have a link as well. So that's what I'll be sending. I'll put that somewhere where you all can see. You can reach out directly and book whatever service that you need to book. And I'm trying to make sure I'm not forgetting anything, because sometimes I get off of here and be like, oh, I didn't say this. Oh, I didn't say that. But it's okay. So yeah, you guys go be great. That's all I have for y'all. Honestly, thank you. We look forward to helping you find your success. And if you also, I'm open to suggestions. That's another thing. I'm going to create like a suggestion box where people can drop exactly what it is they want help with, whatever it is you're trying to pursue, like the topic, the industry. It might be something I didn't even know was a thing, but I'll look it up and I'll find those answers for you, and we will reach success together. So thank you so much. I'm your host, G.I. Jada, and this is Successful Saturdays on the Boss Up Houston Network. Hey, what's up? I'm your host, G.I. Jada, and this is Successful Saturdays, where we highlight the endless ways and opportunities that you can find your success. We're interviewing small business owners such as chefs, personal trainers, and real estate agents who are all on different paths of success. Tune in to Successful Saturdays every Saturday at 12 p.m. on the Boss Up Houston Network, where we help you find your success.